Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So today we are going to discuss some parts related to join. Then we will proceed ahead. Um, So what do you understand by join?
So using join, we can connect two or more tables, and also we can join means we can connect our table to itself by self join.
Hmm.
So by doing that, we can simply call uh, a column from another table to any time when we are implementing the query
Hmm. Okay.
for joining two tables. So we can then see the results of two tables in a single table.
Hmm.
So if we want to represent the result.
So basically you are just trying to say that joins are just used to establish relationship between two or more tables, right?
Yes, I can combine.
Establish relationship between two or more tables using primary key and foreign key. So is this okay for you? We establish relationship between two or more tables using primary key and foreign key. And you know what primary key is?
Yes.
So primary key, it's a unique
Yes.
key. It cannot be null, right?
Yes.
So it cannot be null.
So there can be only one primary key in a table.
Right. There is only one primary key in a table. In any table, we can keep only one primary key, right? So this will help to maintain the atomicity of the record. And what about foreign key? Just recall it. A foreign key is a key that refers, or you can say relates to other key. So foreign key can be null or not?
I think foreign key can be. I think foreign key can be null.
Yes, sometimes foreign key can be null. So it can be repeated also, right? It can be repeated. And sometimes can be null. So let us consider one table. We have a table department. Now first we will talk on schema part, and then we will talk on just query part in our MSSQL. So just tell me one thing, how many foreign keys can be in a table?
So there can be more than one primary or foreign key in a table.
There can be
More than one foreign key.
more than one foreign key. Can you give me the use case or scenario?
Like if we have a parent table, so like so in a school or as a column management, so there is a parent table and then there is a child table. So there will be some two tables of parent, like a father and a mother. And there will be a some parent ID, means some father ID and then some mother ID. And so they both will be the primary key, and we can call them into the child table as a foreign key.
All right. So let's consider one table, that is department ID, and we will take its data type as int. Okay. And let us take another field, department name, and the data type would be varchar 50, and this one, and this will be primary key as well. This will be primary key. Okay. So let's create this table, create a database, then we will work on this part. So let us create another database. Create, I will use master, and then start creating a new database. Create database and database name, right? So database name is something university, correct? So here we will create the database. Now if I want to use this database, what I will do? Either I can select database from here, or I can execute use and this one. So here this has changed, and we are right now working in university database. So in university, in real life, you might have observed there are various departments in any university or engineering college, right? So this is one of the use cases. So here we are going to create a table. Create table. Which table? Department. Now I have one column, that is department ID. So I can give it ID or department ID, whatever meaningful name I want, and then it should be integer data type, and I want it to auto generate, so I will use identity 1 comma 1, so that it will start from 1 and will be incremented by 1. And now this one is our primary key. Again we have department name, and the data type I am taking, that is varchar 50, and I am telling it that it will not be null. It will not be null. That means we have to insert department record. If we do not write this, then what will happen? The department name will be null by default. So different constraints, either check constraint, entity constraint, or integrity constraint, can be implemented while creating the schema of the table. So let us execute this script. Now let me verify whether this table has been created or not. So I will just execute one command, select asterisk from department. So department table is created, and if I want to see the schema, I will select and press Alt F1. Here the information about department table is showing. You can see the table name is department. It is user defined table, and this table is created on 18th September at this time. How many columns are there? Two columns are here. Department ID, department name. What are the data types? So department ID is of integer type, department name is varchar, and what is the length by default, right? So, and you can see it is identity column, and here you see we have implemented primary key, and below you see when we create primary key, by default clustered unique index is created, correct? So there is a separate chapter for index in MSSQL that we will discuss about primary index, unique index, secondary index, clustered index. But remember, when we create primary key, then automatically a clustered index is created, and indexes are used in searching a lot. Maximum time indexes are used for searching purpose, but if we correctly implement these indexes, then it is possible. What will happen if we do not know how to use indexes properly? Then sometimes it can slow down the performance once we are querying with a table or number of associated table. So this is a major topic about indexes that we will discuss in our upcoming classes, but as of now I am taking this one. So I have created only one table, that is department. Now if I want to insert some records, so you know the syntax already. So here I will just give department name, and ID is automatically generated, so I do not need to insert. Here the department name is HR. I have similarly I can create various departments like this. So I have IT, then we have marketing, then we have finance. So these department, now I will select and insert record. So here we could see the record is created. But what is happening over here? If I again execute this query, what will happen? The finance department will be inserted again. So do you know, Prakhar, how we can prevent this, to prevent duplicate department name? Because ID that we have made primary key, so it will not be duplicate. It is always unique and it will not be null. There is only one primary key in the table. But what about this? If I am...
So we can... So in the department name column, so we can add an attribute named unique.
Yes.
So we take unique values.
So if I want to make department name as unique and we do not want to insert any duplicate departments, so we will have to make it unique. But consider I just forgot while creating this schema. So after creation of this table, can we make it?
Yes, so we can create as alter.
Using alter command, we can make this column as unique. But there are two cases. Suppose I have already inserted this record, right? And these departments are inserted multiple times in repeated order. So then after inserting, one case is we have inserted unique records. The second case, we have inserted these records again and again. So if we have unique record, then we will be able to create the unique constraint. Okay, then we will be able to create unique constraint. But if we have inserted these records while doing duplicacy, then unique constraint cannot be implemented. So to tackle this, we will have to truncate this table, correct? So there are two cases. What is the first case?
So the first case is like, sir, so if we have not implemented this again, so we can directly alter it and change the department name to a unit and apply unique constraint.
All right.
So, but if we have already duplicated any of the department names, so we cannot do it using alter table. For doing it, we will have to first locate the table and then we can do that.
Perfect. That's okay. So what are the other ways? Suppose I do not, one way is to prevent that implement unique constraint, right? Unique constraint. Second, what we can do, if we are creating a stored procedure, stored procedure to insert the record, so before inserting this department name, we can check whether this department already exists in my table. If the department name is already existing in the table, then it will not go in the insert section. It will just break from there. Okay. So suppose I want to create a stored procedure to insert the record. So in stored procedures are set of SQL statements that fulfill a target purpose. It can have multiple queries, a combination of queries, it can have joins, function, triggers, all that. So we have stored procedure, that is another topic, but we can handle. So today's topic is related to join. So stored procedure we will be discussing in the next upcoming classes. But it is also one of the important topic, stored procedure and indexes, right? So these are the very important topic. We cannot avoid this. So I have insert the record. Now consider there is a department, and in every department there is a employee, correct? You have created department, and every department there are some employees who are working in a particular department. So for example, there is a department HR, correct? So in HR department, this one is HR department. And in HR department there can be different employees, like there can be employee A, there can be employee B, right? And suppose there is a IT department, so in IT department there can be other employee, like employee name A, employee name Q, whatever, right? So now we will create a table for employees. Now we will create a table for employees, but logically we know employee works in the department. We can say employee works in the department, or we can say a department will have an employee. We have two statements. An employee works in a department, or we can say a department will have employee. Correct? So for this relationship we will create a new table. So here we will create employee table. So it will have employee ID. So let us create the table over here, then we will discuss. So I am creating a table, create table employee, and let us take employee ID, that is int, and here we are making it primary key, simple. Then we have name, and we can take emp name. So we are making it varchar 50, location. So if this one is changing the color, that means these are some reserved keyword in SQL. Okay, so sometimes these work, but we can change the column name. So let us take varchar 50, or you can say 150, location, and gender. So I am taking varchar 10, or we can take 50, and then we have salary, this one integer, and let us take department ID. Okay, department ID. So what will be the data type? The important thing here, the data type is int, so same data type is required for this. Okay, so otherwise it will not establish the relationship. So I am saying department ID, and it is referencing, so I will say references which table? Department table. It is referencing the department table, and here in the department table it is referencing to which column? Department ID. Correct. So in this way I can directly create foreign key. This one will be have foreign key, that means it will be establishing relationship. This is the key that will work as a foreign key. That means it will refer to department table, and in the department table it will be relating to department ID column. Now other constraints we can implement, like We can say it cannot be null, it cannot be null, gender is not null, or we can check gender is male, female, or other, so that we can maintain the quality of data, integrity of the data. But here we are not taking it into consideration. We are just creating these tables and you can implement if required. So let us execute this script. Now employee table is created. So let us verify, select asterisk from. What do you mean by asterisk, Prakhar?
So
Asterisk,
asterisk,
all the
so
columns.
yes, it's all the.
It is saying that I want to show, I want to get all the columns in the result. Otherwise, we can specify the column names, whatever column I want. Okay. Suppose I want, I will insert the record, then I will show. So now I have two tables. First table is department. So tell me which is the parent table and which is the child table. This
So
one,
here the department is the parent table.
this is the parent table, right? Parent table, and this will be called as a child table. Child table. That is important thing. If we execute both, so here we have this one, and if I want the details of this table schema, so here we can see this one is the employee table, and these are the columns over here, the data type of each column, the length or precision details what we have, right? And the collation I will discuss in some advanced topics. So you see there in the last CI, right? AS. So collation, this CI says that it is case insensitive. That means we can insert record in caps lock, capital letters or small letters. That is case insensitive. But if is CSAS, then it will be case sensitive. Correct? So that is we will be covering in our upcoming sessions. And no identity column defined, so I have not made any identity column, so I will have to insert. And what other columns do we have? We have one primary key, so this one is the primary key for employee ID, and here you can see there is a foreign key constraint, and this is the constraint name we can see. So if I want to remove this constraint, then using the drop command we can remove this constraint, and then there will be no relationship between department table and employee table. So this, in this way we can find the constraint name, all that. Suppose we need to drop it or sometimes, and this is saying that department ID references university.dbo. That means in the university database there is a DBO database object, and the table name is department, and inside this there is a department ID. It is referring to that one. Correct. Now it's time to insert some record in employee table. So let us implement some record. Now insert into employee table. Now we have employee ID. I will have to mention all the columns. Employee name, then we have employee location, then gender, then salary, then department ID, and let's insert some information. So employee ID is 1, employee name is, let's say, J, location is sometimes Barabanki, and gender is male, salary is something this one, and now important thing, what department ID I can give. So whatever department IDs we have only 1, 2, 3 and 4. So any one of these we can use, but we cannot give other department ID. If we try, then there will come error. Suppose I try to give department ID 100, so it will definitely give an error. Correct? The insert statement conflict with foreign key. That means for this constraint, the conflict occurred in database this, because it is saying this department ID does not exist in the department table. All right. So we have only these 4 departments, and these IDs can only be used 1, 2, 3 or 4, whatever we want. So let us this one, and then we have other records. So if I want to give like this, so do we need to write values again and again? Do you think?
No, sir. So we can just put a comma and do it in the.
Yes. So I will give Alex, and location is downtown, gender is male, salary is something this one, and department is this. Okay, so here I am trying to insert these 2 records. So 2 rows affected. So let us verify this one. Okay, so we have inserted record in department table, and we have inserted record in employee table, in these tables. Now we will just write a simple join. So independently we are fetching record from department table. If I want to see, then okay, it will show the department table, it will show the employee table, but what relationship it between found? J, from this location, gender is male and salary is this. Let me insert another record as well, one more record, so that it would be better for us. So let's take other example, and Maya, and let us take Maya is from Lucknow, and gender is female, and salary is something this one, and Maya is working in department 4. So I will insert records. Okay, I will have to insert it separately, otherwise we have already inserted records. Okay, so here we have these 3 employee, J, department 1, ID is 1. That means in which department J is working? Department ID 1, so HR department. Alex, department ID 2, so Alex is working in IT. Next, Maya, department ID is 4 and 4 means finance. Now, what if I need employee ID, name, location, salary, gender, and department name along with this. So I will have to write simple join query, right? So I have already covered inner join, left join, right join, full join. So my focus would be to give you practice sessions and assignment and discuss these questions, but as of now I am just recapping all these things. So I will write select asterisk from whatever table we have, from where we want to fetch the record. So we have two tables, department and employee. Now we know very clear that I need to show employee ID, name, location, gender, salary, and department name. So department name I can find only here. That's why I will have to write a join query for this table and this table. So I am very sure that from here I will get the record. I will get record from employee and department table. So just I will write select asterisk from department and I will create a alias. Otherwise, let me write this one. Then I will write inner join and from which table?
Yes, from the
Employee table. And the join will work on which column?
From department. Yes, department ID.
So I will write department ID department ID equals employee department ID. Fine. Simple. Now if I execute this query, what is happening? It is giving me this result. I am just saying select asterisk from department, inner join, and you know the meaning of inner joins. Wherever these IDs will match, for that the record will be fetched. So inner join employee on department department ID. That means the ID from the department table is equal to department ID of employee table. So here we are selecting all these columns. But what if I want to mention these column names? I do not need this one. I do not need this one because already I am getting this. So I will have to mention the department. So let us rewrite so from employee table what I want are department table. So I will have to write employee dot from employee table what I want. Okay. So from employee table I want employee ID, comma. Okay.
Yes.
And employee dot, then we have name, then I will write employee dot location, then we have employee dot salary, then we have gender, and then department department name. Okay, so here we are getting all the columns, but now in this query I am specifying which column do I need to show from which table. So this has to be qualified by table name. This has to be qualified by table name. Otherwise, if we are directly writing like this, we are not giving the table name, so it will get confused. Suppose we have two table or three table and there is a column employee ID in all these three tables, right? So it will get confused from which table I need to get this one. So here we will have to write table name dot column name, table name dot column name. So this way we can specify whatever columns we want. Either we can make any concatenation or changes, extra columns we want, we can do like this one. Correct. So this one is little bit, but we can reduce this one by creating the alias of this table. So here I am creating D as the alias of department table and E as the alias of employee table. Correct?
Yes.
So alias means it will work as an object. By using this object, we are fetching the columns. So instead of writing employee everywhere, I will have to write E dot employee ID, E dot employee name, E dot location, E dot salary, E dot gender, E dot department name. Now, right? Sorry, it is from D dot department name. And similarly, I will have to give D dot department ID equals C dot. So now this one is much cleaner than the above query. Much cleaner than the above query, but we have created the alias and make sure the alias name are unique, right? If it is D and D, then again it will create confusion. Now if I execute this query, see, if I want to create some extra columns, then we can also give the extra column, like I can give the get date, right? And I can create the date column. So extra columns, but this column is not from our table. This column is not from our table. We are logically creating this column. We are logically creating this column based upon some requirement, based upon some calculation, or there can be any value returned from the function. So all that. So I will be more elaborating on this part, but here my concern is to create an extra column which is not from the tables. We are directly creating this column. So here you can see. Now if you want to convert this date in more other formats, we have convert method, right? And the target I want in varchar, and let us give it as 20, and then I will give the format, let me give it 102, and then this will be giving me date like this, right? So 102 or 103 format we can also give it. So similarly it is giving this one date, or AM PM, all that we can get from this date. So now your question is complete. We are getting records from these two tables. Now I am creating one more simple table, right? As of now, how many tables do we have? Two tables. As of now, we have only two tables. First table and second table. So first table is department table. We have department, and this one is the employee table. So as of now, we are just doing the join of these tables only, right? We are doing the joins of these two tables, correct? Now this is the simple inner join. So how many departments we are getting over here? We are getting three departments: HR, IT, and finance. Let me insert some more department names. Let me insert some more department names. Let me insert department name is production. So we have production. Another department we have legal department we have. So this record I have inserted in the department table. So in the department table we have 6 department names, but in our query we are getting only this. So can you tell me why this is happening?
So,
Did you get my question? My question is, in the department table, we have 6 department, right?
yes,
And in the employee table we have only 3 employee. We
yes,
have only 3
Three.
employee. And when we are writing query like this, okay, we are writing query like this using inner join. So why other departments are not showing over here?
So because it is doing the inner join from the left one to right one. So it is considering from, sir, if it would have been the opposite, then sir, would have had shown the 3 employees and the other 3 department table, and the all other columns would have been done.
So you are saying that means for the matching department it will only get the record,
Yes.
correct? For the matching ID. The ID which is matching to department table, for that ID only department name will be fetched, right? Okay. So that's why we are getting only these departments. And in inner join it is happening. In inner join what is happening? If we have this one and this one and this one, and in the employee table we have this and this and this. So if this ID is matching, this is ID 1 and this is also ID 1, this is ID 2 and this is ID 2, correct? And this ID is 3, but in the employee table there is no ID 3. In the employee table there is no ID 3. 3 is not found. So only in the result, 1 is matching with the department, so the ID 1 will be there, and 2 is matching, so in the result 2 will be there, and for that department name will be here. 1 means this department, 2 means this department, correct? In this way it will be matching, because in this department, in employee table, there is no one in this there is no employee in this department, right? So that's why we are getting this one. So in the inner join, only the record for the matching, correct? If things are matching, if X is here, if ID X is here, and ID X is also here, so that means X is in the both table. If I am saying Y, so Y is in the both table, but X1 and Y1 are not in both table. So this one, that X1 is not matching to the right table, and here we can say Y1 is not matching to this one. So what result do we get? We will get this result only. We will get this result only, correct? So this part we can only obtain because this one is the common, correct? So in this way the inner join will work. Now, fine. Understanding this concept is very important, otherwise what happens, people jump to some advanced topics and they really don't understand what is happening behind. So now we can also put where condition with this join. Suppose we are getting all the record, right? So with the inner join, we can put the condition as well. Suppose I want record for only employee name J, right? So I can say E dot emp name equals J. So this will fetch the record for J only. It will do the join, but it will be applying this condition as well. Similarly, we can give the other condition. Let me comment this. We can give another condition like E dot employee ID. We can give the ID equals 3. So the employee whose ID is 3, this will fetch the record. So the employee ID is 3 and the employee is Maya, and this is the record for Maya we are getting. So in the inner join, we can implement the condition, where condition. We can put and or not, all these conditions, greater than, between, like, everything we can use in the condition part. Sure. Now there might be some other records, like we have group, all that. We will be also working on this part. Suppose this one. Let me insert another record so that I will I have, this is the record for employee. Let me insert another record. So the name is Rama and she is from Lucknow. The salary is 48. Okay, this one. What is happening? Okay, fine. Because identity column we have not implemented in employee table. So here we have these. If I just execute this query part only, this part, So I am getting the record. But if someone is asking, how many female candidates are working and what is their location, how many female candidates are working, right? So two female candidates we can see in this record, and their department is finance and their location is also from each location, correct? That means what I am expecting, location name, correct? I am expecting location name and number of employee. This one. So for this, do I need a join query or we can directly do it?
So for doing this, I don't think that so we will require any join query. We can do it by group by.
Yes, because the result I am expecting like this, like we have location Barabanki, right? So from Barabanki we have one employee, and then I'm expecting downtown like this one, right? So from downtown there is only one employee, and Lucknow, another location, there are two employees. This kind of output I am expecting. So for this, do I need to write a join query? No, because the employee location is itself available in the employee table. So we do not need to write this query, right? We do not need to write join query. We can directly write select this and count of ID from employee table group by this. Simple table we can write, right? Select location and count of employee ID, EMPID from the employee table. That means I am saying select employee location and count the employee ID like we have, and then do the grouping by employee location, correct? So first it will find each location and then it will count how many employee there. So it will give the employee location and total number of employee. Got it? So here we can create the alias. We can give like this, or we can use the as statement, and we are getting. So this is just based on single table. But what if I want record like this? I want record something different. My expectation is something different. What I want department. I want department in each table. In department and number of employee. I want how many employee working in each department, correct? Got it?
Yes.
How many employees are working in each department? That means this one is okay. But here I am willing what? Department name. I am willing department name. And this kind of output I want, and I could see like let me execute this one so that I will get the exact result. Then I can explain you the requirement. This one. So I want department like HR, okay, and I want department like IT, and then I want department like finance, this one, okay. So in IT, how many people are working? Only one. HR only one, and in the finance department 2%. I want result like this. So now if you are expecting result like this, then you will start thinking from where I will get the department name. So I will get department name from the department table, and I will count the ID of employees from the employee table, correct? So this way we are planning how I am going to write the query. My initial query is this one. My initial query is this one. Okay. My initial query is this one. This is my initial query, but I am expecting result like this. So what things I need? First thing, department. So I will just select the department name only, correct? And nothing else. And then what I want? Count of. Count of. Count of what? E dot EID. Clear? Count of employee ID. From this department inner join employee on this matching, then I will write group by. I will write group by. And group by what?
Department.
D dot department. Got it? Any doubt? No. So if I execute this query, the same result I am getting, and I can make the alias if I want. So here I am creating the alias. So this one is giving the result like this, and if I am using this query, so these are the two query. One query that is, so you can see the result of these two queries, right? You can see the result. The first query is giving what? This one, because we are getting the details from a single table, correct? But when my intention was to get result like this, so we analyzed that we will get the record from these two tables. So anyhow, I will have to write join query for this, correct? I will have to write join query. So here I am just selecting the columns, this column and count of this, simple join statement. Then I know how to group this one. So if we are using this as in the group by clause, so this should be in our select part, right? If we are not using this one, we are using something different, then group by will not work. It is mandatory this column name and this column name should be same, correct? And we can put where condition if required, so we can put where condition or having if required. Having, if somebody is asking give me the detail like this, but the count should be more than one, correct? The count should be more than one, then I can write having count of this should be greater than 1, correct? So now this will give the only finance. So we can put the condition here as well, like I want any condition like department name like this or something. So if required, we can put the where condition.
Yes.
Any doubt in these two query, because this case study is very important to understand. So I am sharing this entire script, okay, and try to practice all this. See you tomorrow at the same time, okay? Okay, bye.